Hey guys, so we're back again for another update on the markets. But this time I want to talk about something very, very interesting because over the past few months, I've seen more and more of you guys ask me about stocks outside the Philippines. That's why we have been zeroing in, we have been doubling down and talking about a lot of tech stocks that I find very, very interesting. But this time, we're not going to talk about tech stocks. We're going to talk about one of my favorite investors of all time. And even though I'm a guy who loves technicals, I love trading, I love looking at charts, I've been a big follower of Warren Buffett. He's one of the biggest influences with in my stock investing trading journey. Ever since I started, I've been reading a lot of his principles. I've been reading a lot of his ideologies because he's amazing. Regardless of what people say about him, regardless of the people think that his style is outdated already, it works. And he won't be one of the richest people in the world if he wasn't good at what he does. And I just love it. I've been following all of their disclosures. I've been following Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett for the longest time. So in this video, I want to share and drill in and talk about what they did over the past quarter. So by the way, if you're new to this channel, my name's Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I've been in the markets for more than a decade now. And for this channel, I talk about Filipino stocks, US stocks, and Singapore stocks as well, primarily predicated on technical analysis. So if you want more of that, you want more of technicals and me discussing the news around it, surrounding it, and marrying them together, like, subscribe, share. And if you want more about the stock market, you can hop on over to my first channel. It's called Marvin Germo. We have over 1,600 videos for all of you there. So what are you waiting for? Uh, like, share, subscribe. So, as you can see it here in the title, what I wanted to convey to all of you is that Warren Buffett started to buy gold, but not just not the commodity, not the commodity itself. As you all know, he's a stock market investor, and his style is to buy the company, basing it on the valuation. So, a lot of people were when they're looking at gold, when they're looking at a gold mining company, the difference is if you buy the gold, you just get the commodity. But if you buy the mining company that mines gold, then you treat it as a business. There's tangible income that you can look at, then there's expenses, that there's debt, there's cash flow. So you get to still analyze it the way you analyze other companies as well. So for me, that's very, very interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna look at the disclosure, the numbers, then we're gonna look at the charts all together. All right. So comment below if this is helping. Comment below if you're liking this raw technical analysis, which is different from my normal, usual main channel. Anyways, so Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought 20.9 million shares of Barrick Gold. For those who don't know what Barrick Gold is, it's a mining company that produces both gold and copper, and they have 16 operating sites in 13 countries. Their main office is in Canada, where they have mining operations in, of course, Canada, Argentina, Chile, uh, Congo, Mali, Dominican Republic, Papua New Guinea, Saudi Arabia, Tanzania, the United States, and some Zambia. What's so interesting about that, in their disclosure of 2019, they produced 5.5 million ounces of gold and putting it at a cost of $894 an ounce. And they also have 432 million pounds of copper in all sustaining costs of $2.52 a pound. In December 31, 2019, the company had 71 million ounces of proven probable gold reserves. Now, I want to show you the charts of this. As you can see here, this is Berkshire Hathaway first, and before we head off to gold. What's so interesting is from the 200-day moving average, Berkshire Hathaway has already broken past that, and it's already starting to build off a good solid base after this large sell down that happened in March. Everyone got sold down last March, but above and beyond the sell down, you're seeing larger pushes already, particularly for, I've mentioned this in a lot of the videos that I created, in the tech stocks that are listed in their exchanges. But similar for Berkshire Hathaway, it's developing a base and it's starting to push up already in a rather bullish manner. It broke past the 200-day moving average just this August, and it's showing more bullish upside and potential as well. Now, plotting this together, I think this is the next possible target prices for Berkshire Hathaway. If the bullish sentiment continues, possible areas for Berkshire Hathaway to go is 332 332,789 US dollars to as high as 346,307. So current support level to watch out for Berkshire Hathaway is the 303 US dollar level. Let me zoom out first also, because if you look at it here, mm, at a couple of day mark at the at certain days for last week, we're seeing this sell down brought about by this resistance. So if you let me zoom in, you will see this. The sell down that happened here came from the resistance that got plotted in this particular area. So please do write it down. Your strongest support right now is at 300,990 level. Your resistances right now are 322, 327, and 346. But from a trend perspective, Berkshire Hathaway looks like it's positioning itself into a bullish run again, and which it will try to push up for specific resistances. But one thing is something that's so interesting to figure out is how are the markets responding to this? How will they respond over the next few days with Warren Buffett's acquisition over the past quarter of Barrick Gold Corporation? Now, for Barrick Gold, again, I'd like to point this out that gold has been hitting high upon high. Warren Buffett could have bought the commodity, but being the stock market trader investor that he is, he focused more on the company itself. And if there's one thing that I'd like to point out for Barrick Gold, it's pushing higher also, but as it started to break past the 200-day moving average, you saw this large push up here. Let me just fix it. Seeing this large push up here. It started to drop down though. Current resistance for it is at 28.28 US dollars per share. Your support is at 25. Then you have a resistance here at the 30 US dollar mark. So please do note that down. This is how it reacted. So should retracements happen for Barrick Gold, possible area for it to go is it retraces back to the $25 level, or if it pushes up and breaks out, next target price will be at the 30.47 US dollar mark. So I hope you're learning. I hope this is something that's adding value and content for all of you. But there's something that I'd like to point out even further. Warren Buffett has been positioning in gold, but what has shifted, what has changed over the past quarter is they've started to trim down their positions on banking stocks. So it already shows you above and beyond Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett selling down airline companies, airline stocks. They're also positioning to stay away from the financial from banks altogether. It already shows you their particular outlook on how things are for the financial industry. And please remember this: we can give all of our forecasts, all of our outlooks, but how people react, how investors react, how they buy and sell speaks volumes of what they truly believe in. Now, just to let you know, for Warren Buffett, two things that they've massively sold down. One is Wells Fargo, which is I'm going to show you the chart in a bit. They sold out Wells Fargo and they also cut their stake in JP Morgan. For JP Morgan, it was a very, very large cut. They sold around 61%. The total number of shares that they sold was around 35.5 million shares. Uh, it dropped, it dro- putting their remaining shares to be around 22.2 million shares, and what's left of them for JP Morgan is just 2 billion US dollars. So again, they're massively trimming it. For Wells Fargo, on the other hand, WFC, they started to sell. They started to drop it by selling 85.63 million shares. Their positions now are just around 6.1 billion US dollars with 237.58 million shares. So they sold a total of 26% stake. They sold more with JP Morgan at 61%, but they also sold around 26% for Wells Fargo. Now, let me show you the charts. Let's look at JP Morgan first. I hope you like this now, especially for Filipinos. I know this is not something that's really talked about as much, but I really believe that this is so interesting at such a time as this that it's nice to have options for you to be able to trade specific markets outside the Philippines. So this is the resistance. This is the resistance. These are the current ranges for JP Morgan. So one thing that you need to look out for JP Morgan, if it fails to go above the 102.5 level, current retracement for JP Morgan will go to 95. Breaks out from this level, it will challenge the 200-day moving average all the way up to the 113 mark. If you notice it, and if you allow me to zoom out, you will see that JP Morgan has started to push up also, like a lot of the stocks since March, but they're not like the other tech stocks that I've been featuring who have been crushing it, like Amazon, like Facebook, like Google. As you can see, they've been crushing it. They've been doing well. The more traditional businesses have not really been as robust and as good as compared to uh, as compared to the other tech stocks that we have been featuring in the channel. I want to look at WFC as well. Uh, for WFC, this is WFC Wells Fargo's in a even bleaker situation in terms of price movement. It really hasn't shown any upward signs yet. If I'll draw a trend line here, connecting this all together, you will see that it still massively hasn't broken out of that particular downward push. If I'll put resistances here, you will see this, you'll see this particular areas for the stock. So currently, allow me to zoom in. Current range that you need to watch out for Wells Fargo is you have a support level at 24.2 and you have a resistance level at 26.5. Trading plan for those who want to trade it: buy as close as you can to 24, sell as close as you can to 26.5 pesos, US dollars per share. So I repeat, Wells Fargo really hasn't started to make its own push up. It started to consolidate since June 2020. It's not yet out of the downtrend. It's not yet like what JP Morgan is doing. From a trend perspective, JP Morgan is at a much better place, but it really hasn't shown uh, better movement as compared to the tech stocks that we've been showing you. The last one that I'd like to mention is this, and this is, well, I really believe this is so connected to what's happening right now. Berkshire Hathaway slash Warren Buffett bought Kroger, buying 3 million additional shares, where they now have around 20, they now have around $742.6 million worth of positions in that stock. And I think this is something that's so interesting. I'm going to make a separate video on this, but I've been a big fan of this because this is where I believe the shift of spending will be. I believe this is where the new normal is. I believe that people have skipped on buying other stuff, but stuff that are considered essential are something that's relatively will get a brunt of the spending. And as you look at it here, breakout from the 200-day moving average. After that breakout, Kroger has just continued its push up. Kroger has just continued to go massively higher. So from a position trading standpoint, it would be good to maintain your current positions as you're seeing it just continue to go massively and push higher. So there. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope this is something that's exciting and intriguing for all of you. I've been investing in US markets since 2013. I've been investing in Singapore markets since 2013 as well. And I hope that it's nice to invest in the Philippines. It's nice to give a shot and invest in our country, but for diversification purposes and to also take advantage of what's happening elsewhere, brands, tech companies, pharma that we don't have yet in the Philippines. I highly suggest that you start also diversifying. If you want to have US stocks, links are down below. You can click the link to eToro. You can buy US stocks for 50 US dollars only. But above and beyond that, if you want to learn more about the stock market and technical analysis, I have two online courses below. You can click that for the basics of the market. If you want to learn technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and the basics, I've written 5 books. My first book came out 2013. My last book came out 2017. Last book because I have not written any book yet. After that, it's been a bit. Time has moved so fast that I've been a bit busy. But 5 books below, they can be ordered via Shopee to any part of the Philippines that has Shopee coverage, and it will be sent right to you. And other than that, uh, playlists in YouTube for technical and fundamental analysis and the basics of the market are in the description below. They're all in my first channel with over 1,600 videos, all for you. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope that this is something that was insightful. This was something that gave you information to trade the markets with confidence. So Marvin Germo on a Sunday morning. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.